All right, welcome back. We continue live right here on Pittsburgh CW. Remember, after the game tomorrow for 2 hours, Chris Hoke will join me, and we will be on Pittsburgh CW following the Steelers and the Ravens. It's all-day football on KDKA and CW, so make sure you join us for that. And a program reminder about the WPIAL Championship games. All of them, all 6, will be right here on CW plus KDKA TV as well. So we're happy about that. Looking forward to those games beginning on the 17th. One other note, the Penguins, by the way, 5-0 your final tonight. It's not going to get any easier. They have the Devils on Monday night, and Devils are faster than the Toronto Maple Leafs, and I think more structured too. Very interesting challenge, and then they go to Washington on Wednesday night, so it won't get easier. Line 3, Ed in Castle Shannon. Hello, Ed. How are you?
Good, Bob. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Hey, 2 questions I want to ask you.
Sure.
Pitt plays Virginia Tech and Miami. Who's in the next game?
It's Virginia Tech, then Wake Forest, which is not very good. They lost to Syracuse today, and then Miami.
Okay. Well, no, they play Virginia Tech, Miami, then Wake Forest, right?
No, it's Wake Forest, then Miami.
Oh, okay, and then Virginia Tech.
No, Virginia Tech is on Saturday, this coming. It's the first game, and then Wake Forest, then Miami. So that's the order.
Okay. And another question I want to ask you. I think Sullivan should take Murray out of goal and let Smith play.
Well, DeSmith went in there tonight only because of an equipment issue. Matt Murray, it wasn't his best game, certainly, but I don't think his team in front of him did him any favors either. There were some pretty good chances there. I thought the pinch on the second goal by Toronto tonight, because the Penguin, Olli Maatta was in deep. Phil Kessel tried to cover up. It pinched a 2-on-1. And Kasperi Kapanen, the former Penguin who was traded for Phil Kessel, was really good tonight. Made a beautiful feed to Patrick Marleau. You have one of the youngest guys on their team, Kapanen, to the oldest guy, 39-year-old Marleau, and he made a great backhand move. And I thought at that point Murray got concussed, actually. He was run over when he left the game. That was the first thing that I thought of, but turned out not to be the case. All right, let's go out to Marilyn in Munhall. Hey, Marilyn, how are you?
Hi, Bob. Thanks for taking my call.
Anytime.
You started to talk about the Penguins, and I was wondering what you think happened to them tonight besides their power play imploding.
Yeah, their power play was not good, and they gave up a shorthanded goal to boot. You can't do that. It kills momentum, 0 for 5. They're a team that needs to score on the power play, and they came in as the 3rd best power play unit in the league. Toronto's just good, and they win puck battles. They don't give you a lot of time and a lot of space, and you better take advantage of it when you get it. They did not do that tonight. All right, we got Ralph in Katanning. Go ahead, Ralph, you're on.
Hi, it's my first-time caller. Nice to talk to you.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much. I wish I had something to give you.
The only thing I think is, like everybody said, the last caller kind of shot me out of the saddle there. Like, Murray hasn't really been playing that good, and sometimes it's nice to give a guy like 3 or 4 game rest to see if the team could pick it up behind him. I'd like to know your opinion on that.
Well, he had 7 days of rest before his last game, when Casey DeSmith played that stretch of games. It's too early for me to judge anything right now. I still think they're 6-3-3. Right now the Washington Capitals are not in the playoff race if it were to start today. I know it's very early, but they were losing again last check that I saw tonight. So, teams are trying to find themselves. I think the Penguins have to determine what to do on the top line. They're not getting a lot of production out of just about anyone. Dominic Simone has what it takes to play there intellectually, but if you're going to play there, you must also score once in a while. And I think Patrick Hornquist to start the third was on the top line with Crosby and Gensel, and they may have to go in that direction. A lot of people thought that'd be the case. Daniel Sprong has yet to score, but his minutes are not very much. Brian Rust is off to a slow start, but he keeps moving around different lines, mostly bottom 6. So they got to figure out some things. We'll see where it goes. Line 4, we go. Dennis and Freedom. Hey, Dennis.
How you doing, Bob?
How are you?
Hey, listen, fine. I have a question about the 2 defensive backs that the Steelers have sitting on the bench, Brian Allen and Marcus Allen. And I watched them in the exhibition games. They look very good to me. And with the trouble they're having with the defensive backs, don't you think they should get a little try?
Well, Marcus Allen's out for the year. He really, and I believe it was Brian. I can't believe it was either Brian Allen or somebody else who hit him accidentally, kind of friendly fire in one of our preseason games. So he's done. Brian Allen has been there, but I still believe they want to defer to either Artie Burns, and they hope Artie Burns. He's the #1 pick. By now, they want results from him. Sensible, but he's injured. We don't know if he's going to play tomorrow or not. And then it's Cam Sutton, next man up. So we'll have to wait and see. But a lot of people were disappointed the Steelers did not make a trade at the deadline to try to answer that problem there when you're in a situation to try to be all in and go for a championship. 9-5, we go. Danny in Lawrenceville. Hey, Danny, what's up?
Hey, Bob, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Hey, what do you think about this new hitting coach for the Pirates?
I know nothing about him other than he's been with the Minnesota Twins
Yeah, I mean,
organization.
he comes from the minor leagues in Minnesota.
Right.
Is this a salary dump or
No, I don't think they don't do that in coaches. I think they must have liked something that he did, but like I said, if you're answering, the honest answer for me is I don't know anything about him other than he's David Eckstein's brother.
I don't think anybody knows anything about him. And
But that doesn't mean he won't be good. You got to give him a shot. They see something that they like from him. So we'll see what happens. Let's go to Kevin in Plum. Hey, Kevin, what's up?
Hey, listen, I got a question. If Le'Veon Bell lost $855,000 a week for the last 8 weeks, why couldn't the Steelers use that money to grab a number one corner?
They could have done whatever they wanted to do with regard. They had to make a
know
trade,
that,
though.
but
You can't just
isn't the
sign it.
trade
You have to
like-
make a trade.
But isn't the trade like then coming up?
It's over.
Didn't the
It
Steelers
passed.
just
It's done.
didn't they just save like $8 million, right?
That's all that is save money for now. It doesn't do anything. They have not. The trading deadline is come and gone. They chose not to make a move. You got to believe they looked a little bit. They certainly offered up Bell. Nobody took him. So if he's going to play, he's going to play only here this year, and that's it. So we got to take a break. We'll take it right now. Come back with more right here on Pittsburgh CW.